This, my friends, is the brand new LEGO Technic Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, and it has an incredibly unique feature about it that I definitely cannot wait to talk about. But thank you so much to the LEGO group for supporting the channel with this video. My friends, when you open the box, you'll notice a very special leaflet inside. And this leaflet grants you access to something absolutely awesome. Yes, when you buy one of these models that say Asphalt Legends Unite, you actually get a code to check out the car in game. Now, we're going to be checking that out a little bit later in this video because it's just such a cool, unique element of it. Let's get down to business and build this Corvette Stingray. Now, I love this thing. I love American vehicles. They're not generally a class of vehicle that we tend to get over in the UK. We're actually seeing a little surge of them becoming a little bit more popular European-wise, even just importing them. But again, if you import them, you're looking at a heck of a lot more money to get the vehicle, which is somewhat unfortunate. Anyway, we start off by building the base of it and quickly move on to, well, the engine and also the gearbox component of the vehicle, which in my opinion is actually one of the coolest elements of it, and is one of the reasons I love these Technic models. You actually get to see the parts moving and taking a process that's already in itself rewarding, well, making it more rewarding by seeing your efforts happen, work in real time. Really, really nice. And you get a better understanding of how something works as you build it, which is kind of the core idea here, right? The first bag focuses on building the base of the vehicle and the engine of the vehicle. It actually happens pretty quickly. And the second bag, you move on to start building the rest of the vehicle, mainly the front of the vehicle. You start to see it take shape. This is actually the part of where I made a little bit of a mistake, to say the least. You won't see it. You won't see it until a little bit later, but just for, 100% clarity and transparency, I wanted to really show you where I made the mistake so you can avoid doing it yourself. Now, this is fully, absolutely on me. There's no question here. I was in the mood. I was getting going, just getting it done, trying to do it as quick as I possibly could, and I actually misaligned part of it. Some of you that have built this model yourselves already, or that build these models on the regular, I'll give you some time. See if you can notice it. Put a comment down below if you do notice it before I mention it. I'll reveal both what that mistake was and how long it took me a little bit later if you stick around till the end. Now, due to the size of the model, this actually pieces together incredibly quickly. You actually start to see things take shape very, very fast. The roof has already been made and we're moving on to the next, in where we start to piece together a lot of the other parts of the body. A lot of the arches, a lot of the doors. Basically, whenever you see the color of the car when you're building something like this, you're like, oh, we're already getting to it. We're already putting on the panels. And it happened incredibly quickly. It's actually really large pieces that kind of give away exactly what that's for. But nonetheless, all we really needed to do once we built the base and the engine is, well, put some reinforcing parts to allow the parts to attach. And there you go. All of a sudden, we've actually got a fender, an arch, that goes straight onto the side. And, well, obviously in the pile of it is currently at the side, we can already see that I'm essentially going to do the complete opposite side. And, well, straight away, we've got both of the rear arches for the Corvette to protect that beautiful engine there. I just love that. It looks so, so cool. Then we move on to fixing the roof line, because the roof kind of is just floating. So we need to attach it to the rest of the car. And there you go. It's actually incredibly easy to do with two very simple pieces attached to it to give it that look. We then move on to starting the process of building the doors. Now, the doors are actually really nice in this, really chunky. One thing you'll notice, especially when you look at these types of cars, as in modern, sports, super-y cars, especially when they're aimed towards the American market, you'll notice that the doors, the amount of space that they take up, how wide they are, is actually demonstrated pretty well in this model. But the amount of car you have to step over because of, well, essentially reinforcement and safety regulations, they're incredibly wide. But as we start to piece the doors together, you'll notice very, very quickly how many pieces are involved here to make it get that really aggressive wide stance. But the result is you do get quite a small car, which by today's standards is, you know, pretty rare. Basically what I'm saying is if you've got thick doors on your car, well, you've probably got a nice car by today's world. After completing one set of doors, well, I mean, technically there's only 2 doors, so there's one set of doors. Here's a nice little close-up of it, for example. Look at those wide doors and the amount of wideness that you have to step over. But no, from one set of doors to another. It would make sense as soon as you see what I'm actually piecing together. I mean, look at the model. You kind of can tell where we're going with the next pieces. While building much quicker than I expected, we ended up building the hood, which goes on the car much quicker than I thought it would be. Again, all of this model, I'm kind of surprised how quickly this is piecing together and how good it looks for the little amount of pieces we're actually adding onto the car. As I said, a set of doors. We're going from the front of the vehicle, and now we're going to the back of the vehicle. We need a beautiful engine cover to let us see into the engine, see what's going on, but at the same time, protect it from the elements. I don't want people touching my engine. I want people to see it, and apparently so does my cat, Smokey. Cat attack. Yeah, maybe now's not the best time, dude. Look, I love you, but give him pets and then send him out because I need to get this done. And there we have it. Our engine cover complete and attached, stickered up, looking really nice, protecting us from the elements and the cat fluff that inevitably will be all over my engine if it were to not be protected. We are really getting there now, friends. What we do at this point is piece together some attachment parts and then the front arches with stickers to make it look like the whole front end with the lights. I'm always so impressed at how they make these pieces look so incredible. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen parts like this used on some of the flower Lego sets, for example. We actually end up buying quite a lot of those because, hey, unlike Free of Flowers, you get to build them, you get to display them, and they forever look amazing. But no, I've definitely seen some pieces cross between those, and of course, just, you know, in a little bit of a different color. And in this case, you put stickers on them to make it look like the front of a vehicle. I love how multiple parts have multiple use cases, and it's so cool seeing them in action. Anyway, we move on to the rear of the car here. Actually, at the time, I didn't really know what was going on with this piece. I couldn't really figure out what was going on. However, it did end up being very obvious very quickly when we started to add some more of the stickers on for the exhaust pipes, tailpipes, if you will. Realistically, it should have been pretty obvious considering that, well, it's the only piece of the model that doesn't look complete. Now, all that's left, as you can tell from what you just saw, are the tail lights at the back of the vehicle, and of course we need the rest of the rear bumper on display. For the minute there's no license plate or anything on the back of the car, but yeah, the way they went together, it looks so awesome. The rear of this car is so aggressive. I actually really like this car design wise a heck of a lot. I know it's a big jump from how the car previously looked, but I don't dislike. I think honestly they've made something that just is on another level than they made previously, quality wise, but also for a really good value compared to heck of a lot of the cars. But again, we are still talking about a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and I don't have anything comparable to something like this. Anyway, pretty obviously, we are at the end of this build. It is finally coming together. We are putting those tires onto those wheels, and then this is kind of not right. Yeah, I mean, I kind of should have seen this coming, considering it didn't line up fully. Oh dear, and we're here. At this point, I realized my mistake. And of course, I made the mistake incredibly early on, which meant that, well, it was further into the model. So I had to find the least destructive way to try and solve this problem. But I think I did all right. Yeah, to be real, it really wasn't that crazy. All I had to do is kind of pry the car open just a little bit. I mean, the proper way would have been to, you know, take some pieces off and get back to it. But considering this was a part right at the beginning, we're talking the whole engine kind of drivetrain alignment, I basically missed it very, very slightly. It should have been so obvious that it wasn't lined up properly. This is why you pay attention But anyway, I got it sorted, re-put everything back together. It did not take long at all, and it was a lot less effort than I was worried about. But there we go. The whole rear drivetrain articulation with the engine spinning, the whole front alignment span with the top. Oh yeah, oops, let's just completely ignore that I forgot to attach the other wing mirror. I am so happy with how this turned out though. Look at all the doors opening, doing a full explosion to give you a full demonstration of it. I was actually told a couple of tricks about this as well, and a place that you can actually hide the top part, which is how you steer the wheels. Yeah, just put it in the front. This is a really nice element, and then you've got it in full display mode, looking all nice and clean. But no question, the best bit is that rear end. That is so sick. Anyway, here is the final model. I absolutely love the Chevrolet Corvette to actually have a model of it, and it's a great size as well, with still having the ability to articulate the engine, open the doors, open the front, open the engine cover, all those things. Super awesome. And then for display mode, taking out the top, so it just looks like this. Pretty smooth. So the model took me 3 hours to make, but what I'm really planning on here is that throughout this series, I've got to improve my speed. I've got to be super quick. And so on some of the later models, I expect it to take me like, 10 minutes, yeah. Let's get to it then. This is the actual gameplay of the vehicle that you can unlock in the game. How amazing is this? So you get the model for real, but also the actual model in game. This is such an awesome collaboration that you just don't really see in the same way. And not only does the model look exactly like the model we built, no, you actually get to see it kind of degrade and break just like normal Lego pieces would. So for example, if I drive into the wall, pieces everywhere. So you get to do the normal stunts, big hint that you normally get to do in the Asphalt Legends Unite game, but at the same rate, it's just so much cooler doing it in a model you've just built. Like, look at the explosion. Yeah, to be honest, I think that this is my favorite map. I love the San Francisco map. I've never been to San Francisco. I need to do so in a very cool car. Maybe we can build one of these. I'd actually really love to do the coast to coast from like San Fran down to LA or vice versa, whichever way round. Just, you don't get road trips like that over here. I mean, the UK specifically. No disrespect. I love England. England, but come on. It's not the same. But here's a little secret for you. I'm actually kind of terrified of driving in America. I'm kind of scared. I honestly don't do it. I refuse. It's kind of terrifying. The rules of the road are different, if you will. And hey, maybe San Fran, it looks a little tight and intricate over here. So maybe it's more normal to what I'm used to. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never been. No, I tell a lie. I remember I had a connecting flight once, and it's often in American airports that they kind of just throw you out and you have to like redo security. It seems to be a pretty common situation, but nonetheless, I stood outside of the airport in San Francisco for all of 5 minutes because I didn't want to miss my flight, home. It was coming back from E3. I miss E3. Anyway, I should be focusing on the car. Whoa! The stunts in this game are so good. It would be cool if, I'm not going to say anything. I think this is a great game for them to add something like this to, because ultimately this game is available everywhere. I don't know if there's a platform that you can't really play this game on, or that you wouldn't have if you're into games. So I'm playing it on PC right now, but I know it's available on, well, all of these platforms. So pretty certain that if you buy the model for the Lego Technic model, you'll probably have a platform where you can obtain this vehicle in the game and check it out and do all the stunts and the crashes that you like. I should be setting good timers, but the crashing's so cool. Coming to the end of the race now. Oh, look at the bridge. It's so beautiful. And across the line. How did I do that? I forgot how you do that. And thank you for sticking around until this point. I've got a couple of extra surprises for you here. We, my friends, are going to take this to another level. Unseen. We've played the car in the game. We've built the model for real. There's only one element missing there. How do we link the two together? This is going to be very exciting. And maybe a little championship Maybe. I'll see you next time.